All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the 1 and 2 seeds of the A group. That would be Virginia versus New York. I'm Mochismo.
I'm Star Trek.
We are thrilled to be here with you. Let's get right to these rosters.
Skating for Team Virginia today, we've got number 011 River Strong, number 11 River Styx Phoenix, 14 Fizzgig, 178 Raven Darkhold, 187 Nuck and Futz, 1915 Zipblock, 2012 Pei, number 213 Sadie Masochist, number 23 Blackskin Ninja, number 41 Lilu Dallas Multi Smash, 426 Rollin' Thunder, number 5 Stone Wallop, 606 Miller, 7 Smack Mamba, number 83 TI, 854 Zionara, 911 Speed Junkie, 95 Machete, and 999 Raygun.
And in purple we have New York. That's 0101 Deb Crush, 111 Cherry Napalm, 137 Big Banger, 1706 Misty Maven, 1818 and Frankenstein. Number 2 Pinky Swears, number 26 Murphy, number 29 Ha Ha Hatchet, number 46 Cristeria, 47 is AKT 47, 54 Head Huntress, number 56, Kate Sarah. Number 60, Pepper Sticks. 622, Librolian. 84, Veloce Villain. And they are coached from the bench by Roland Polanski and Wolverine.
Yeah, and this is the first of a set of 4 games where we're going to see our number 1 seeds play our number 2 seeds. So really close and competitive, high-level derby here at Battle of the All-Stars 2018. Yeah,
I think everybody is looking forward to a close one here. And certainly one of the highest skilled and most exciting games of the day. Just about ready to start here. I see Kate Sarah on the line for New York.
Yeah, and that's River Styx Phoenix with the start for Team Virginia.
You're going to get us yelled at, so don't do that either. Crooked Eye Brewery will be on sale selling beer at
Skaters look ready to go.
5 p.m. And that is either 30 minutes or
all right, here we are in line 309, ready to go. New York versus Virginia. First gem has started.
Kate Sarah just one to beat in the front. That was Miller. She makes it by lead jammer status going to New York.
And Styx being chased down by 137 Big Banger. Not able to slow her down for long. Kate now engages the pack and is through with a quickness. Calls it off furiously. That's a 4 quick points for first blood with New York.
Yeah, Kate is so good at hitting the pack with speed. Quick last-minute moves to juke out opponents was exactly what she just did to pick up that 4 spot on the first jam.
All right, that was a quick one. Less than 30-second jam. And we have an official timeout.
That's going to be Country Jam, number 42.
I've done research on both of these skaters, and I've concluded that.
All right, whistle blows.
Yeah, number 42 at the start for Virginia. That's Country Jam.
Deb Crush for New York.
Murphy, Cherry Napalm helping to comprise the
pack's really jammed up in corner 1.
So Deb Crush and Kate Sarah were the MVPs for their team yesterday.
Deb Crush with a big knockout of bounds by Lilu Dallas Multi Smash.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
And Country Jam picking up lead jammer status for Virginia.
Virginia's first lead jam of the contest. Give some love to the Virginia pack.
Deb Crush recovering. She's up there in the front. Still hasn't completed that first pass.
Yeah, she got hung up on Raygun.
Down goes Country Jam on the
Country Jam having a little trouble on the inside. She's down. Deb had the star off, but makes it through.
And Team Virginia loses Raygun to the box as Country Jam picks up 4 points and calls off that jam.
Well, it's a tie game after 2 jams.
Yeah, nice start for Virginia.
New York's going to bring out Misty Maven next.
And that looks like number 5, Stonewall at 14, Virginia. Virginia wearing white today, if you're just joining us. New York in purple.
And it's 3-on-3 in the pack here, as Head Huntress is sitting out 30 seconds for New York.
Stone Wallop pushing at the front wall, tries to sneak around the inside line.
Able to get back in front of her blocker. Maven had a little more trouble.
Maven sneaking through the inside now too. She's out and eligible to score, but Stone Wallop coming in for points and getting some help from her teammates. Nice offense there by Team Virginia.
Good blocker recycling by New York, but hard to hold back Stone Wallop. She calls it, and she called it in time. 4 clean points.
Virginia really fired up.
Yeah, pulling ahead 8-4 right now.
Reagan still stuck in the box. Same 3-on-3 pack situation. I think that jam was so short that they're both
still in the box. Yep, that was less than 30 seconds.
Looks like Nuck and Futz with the star for Team Virginia.
That would be Kate back up for New York.
3-2 blocker advantage for Team New York. Reagan re-entering the fray.
Here comes some reinforcements from the bench, but Kate Sarah makes quick work of that abbreviated pack.
And Nuck and Futz out of the pack on her initial pass as well, so putting the pressure on in this jam, and the pack really, really speeds up.
Yeah, you see him just take off there almost simultaneously.
Virginia racing to try to get those points up in the front. Kate meets up with Reagan.
Yeah.
Quickly gets that jam called off.
I think she got all, no, she couldn't have gotten 4, did she? 3 points, yeah.
And no points for Virginia on that one. Did a good job of keeping the points up in the front of the pack.
Yeah, but Kate will get in there and just step right in front of you there, as she's calling it off.
Yeah, I noticed in her first pass, that initial pass, she just went straight for the arms and broke up that multiplayer block.
Arms aren't gonna keep her back for very long. All right, Deb Crush up for New York.
And that looks like River Styx Phoenix taking a hit out of bounds on the outside line. Both jammers still hung up.
Miller got Deb Crush's number right now, along with Ziploc. Push to the inside, able to re-enter clean.
Nice
Slides
hit.
on the outside. Nice hit by Ziploc. No, not a nice hit. That's a forearm call. One way or the other, it's going to pull Deb Crush all the way back to the jam line.
Yeah, long drawback by Miller on Deb Crush. Another hit out of bounds and another drawback. River Styx Phoenix still working on the defense at the front of the pack. 2 more to beat from New York.
Deb Crush all the way back and has to run through that Virginia defense. Number 95 up there, Machete.
Machete's such a strong blocker in the pack.
Well, to take out Deb like that, you kind of have to be.
Styx is coming around for points now on the scoring pass. Sneaks around the outside but takes a spill.
Deb Crush being pulled back once more. Ziploc and Machete there to meet her.
It's like both jammers having to make the long recycle.
Yeah, we've yet to get a revolution on this track. At least by the blockers.
Styx with a nice juke. Steps around the inside line. That's going to be, should be 5 points. Yep. Grand slam going up for Virginia on that pass. And Styx does have lead jammer.
Yeah. And Deb is out as well. She's chasing her down. This is Styx's points to get. You see New York up there in front trying to keep those points away. Pick it up a little bit. Nice hit on Cristeria by Styx, but Styx is going out for that. Was it a back block?
I thought I saw back block. Yeah, she kind of went airborne.
Yeah, well, Cristeria managed to get her back around on that one, so good blocking.
So change of fates in this jam. It's a power jam, no lead jammer, so it is going to go the full 2 minutes. Deb Crush takes a huge hit in corner 3.
Took a while to get things going there, so even as I think it's almost 30 seconds that the next jammer is going to have on New York.
I think, Miller headed to the box. So it's going to be a big-time pack advantage power start for Team New York in the next jam.
Yeah, no pivot, no jammer out there, and that will be Maven on this power jam. First, I'm sorry, that's Libralian.
Libralian, right. And Virginia looks really set up, kind of cool, calm and collected up there in the front, but no stopping Librarian.
Yeah, she gets through with a quickness.
Libralian put on such a great performance for Team New York yesterday in the games. Leaps around the defense.
Virginia gets just a piece of her up in the front. That's enough to slow her down, but she's through, and she takes off.
River Styx Phoenix out of the box, and she's completed the initial pass now as well, so putting some pressure on Libralian here.
Yeah, she really just rode Libralian's wake out of that pack.
Big hit from Lilu.
Yep.
We've said it a couple times already in this game.
Doubt that'll be the last.
Libralian gets pushed out of bounds. Miller dragging her back a little bit. River Styx Phoenix working on a 2-wall up in the front from New York.
Bryant hasn't called it yet, and she's behind on points now, as far as I can tell. No, I'm sorry, not quite. That was the initial scoring pass for Virginia. So 5-4 on that jam.
Picked up for New York on that last pass to give them a 9-point jam. 24-17. Your score now.
Yeah, so Virginia, I mean, 9-4 on a power start isn't the worst case scenario for a jam
that's
like
not
that.
bad at all. Netting 5 points on a power start is kind of low-hanging fruit for New York here.
Oh, first jamming appearance by number 95, Machete, for Team Virginia.
Yeah, that's Maven, of course, for New York. No stranger to the jam line. Machete cutting through like a machete.
Takeout on Misty Maven by Ziploc, slowed her down on the initial pass. And another hit by Raven Darkhold.
Yeah, 1-2 punch.
Nice defensive work by the Team Virginia pack, but
oh, I
it
did
looks like
not. Yep, got a cut track being called here. That's on Machete.
so another power jam opportunity for Team New York.
Yeah, another non-lead power jam for New York.
Maven gets knocked out of bounds by Miller.
So it is a power jam for New York.
So quick to step around the inside line.
Yeah, she's got quite a stride. She can get around a lot.
Virginia setting the defensive tripod up at the front of the pack as Ziploc comes back in with some reinforcements.
Nice block into the front of that pack. Maven goes down.
Virginia really working well together in this tournament so far.
Yeah,
The defense in particular really strong.
Yeah. How much did Virginia get to practice together? Do you have any idea?
I think they had a couple of, like 2 or 3 practices, but as I think I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, a lot of these girls are from the same team, Charlottesville Derby Dames, so they do get a chance to work together at the charter level.
Maven not quite able to stick it on the outside. And of course her power jam is long over. Ziploc gets a piece of her, and that's going to be a track cut. Yeah, she came in. Ziploc was trying to pull her back.
Such a strong, smart player. Ziploc pulling that cut and creating another power jam opportunity for Team Virginia.
So we're rotating power jams in this jam. As the next few seconds click down, it's all on Machete.
Yeah, so this jam's going to come to the end. Misty Maven's going to still be in the box.
Machete gets some wheels out of bounds on the inside.
Yeah, Murphy there got in front of her, able to slow her down, and I think hold on to her point. Now she already was passed, so 4 points there.
Registers the first double-digit scoring jam of the contest, but Machete
Period 1 winding down. We got under 5 minutes left to play in our first period of the 30-minute game.
Well, we were talking about how this was going to be a competitive game. Score 26-34, and yeah, New York has yet to really broaden this sliver of a lead. Maven will start in the box.
Stonewall with the start for Team Virginia. Pushing on one at the front, she makes it around lead jammer status. Going to Stonewall. And this power jam set up in the corner. Stonewall coming in for points now as Maven comes out of the box, and she is going to be looking to complete the initial pass.
Now Misty Maven back into the fray for New York, but really outside looking for a hole.
Maven gets through on her initial. Stonewall being stymied a bit by New York's D.
Nice offense there from number 854, Zayanara.
Did Maven get in time to score? I think she did, yes.
Stonewall picks up 5 on the jam. Maven picks up 2 points, steals.
Yeah, so again, only a 3-point on that power start for Virginia. And it's 31-36 here, folks. We got 3.5 left to play in this first period.
And if I'm not mistaken, New York came in seeded number 1 to this tournament, right?
They won last year.
So yeah, a really strong showing by Team Virginia so far in this game.
Yeah, Group 1 had really 2 power teams here. Kate Sarah out there for New York up against Nucket Futz.
The pack is like not even moving anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's a morass right now.
Both jammers kind of stuck behind the wall of bodies.
Yeah, Kate with a little jammer defense there, knocking her to the outside.
Nucket Futz just 1 to beat up in the front. Looks like she's going to step around the outside. Lead jammer goes to Team Virginia.
That's 6 out of 9 lead jams for Virginia.
Kate Sarah about 20 feet back, and the pack has picked up speed.
Yeah.
Nuckenfutz picks up probably at least 2 points, I'd say.
And she called it in time. No points for New York. So 2-0 on that jam.
Yeah, smart heads-up play there to get the jam called off right in the nick of time.
Man, and we got 2.5 left to play in this first half. 3-point game.
I mean, I know it's a short game, but this is like
I know,
flying.
it's totally, yeah.
Very fast-paced.
Well, it's like you skipped the first half of a normal game completely. Who needs that first half? It's like the last 2 minutes in an NBA game.
Well, the coaches always tell you, like, it's 0-0 after the halftime.
Right,
You know?
there you go. All right, Libralian gets the first lead in 5 jams for New York.
And a fancy jump from Machete to pick up the initial pass. So she's about 40, 50 feet back.
Libralian's got to get up there and call it if she's going to. I don't think she called it in time. She did. No points for Virginia. And 3.
Interesting.
For New York. It looked pretty close on Virginia there. She was very close to scoring those.
There
But
may have been some feelings about that, but
well, for you. I have some feelings too. They're probably very different.
feelings all around.
1.5 left to play. Still a 6-point game. Maven's out there versus River Styx Phoenix.
Ooh, nice move around the inside, but zip block there to stop Maven's progress.
Zip block is really on Maven's number this game. Oh, what a move. My goodness, that was a tightrope there.
Styx just one to beat in the front now as well. She makes it around in her initial pass.
Maven's first lead jam in her appearances here this game. Miller gets a piece of her, but doesn't knock her out.
Styx was hustling into the pack, but the jam was called in time.
Yeah, we got time for another one, and 3 points by New York. A lot of incomplete jams here, a lot of 2-3-point jams.
Yeah, the Virginia Jammers, even when they're not getting lead, are definitely getting out of the pack quickly.
Absolutely.
And putting some pressure on to get the jams called off. I mean, New York, usually, if they get the chance, they will run up the score on every jam. Such talented jammers.
Yeah, they really haven't had the chance. We've had 1 2-digit jam. Maven got 10 points on a power jam situation against Machete, who turned around and got 9 points on her in the same jam. So
Kate Sarasara with the star for New York.
Another very tight scrum start.
Looks like might be Country Jam for Team Virginia.
Kate's up there in the front, and we're running on the period clock, or we're running on the jam clock now as Kate makes it through to the front.
Lilu Dallas multi-smash to the penalty box, wearing the pivot. Oh, and Country Jam as well, so a power jam to close out our first period.
That's good news for New York here. They're going to roll into our halftime, 30 seconds, pretty powerfully. Kate spun to the outside. Nice hit by Virginia.
Sadie Masochist pulling her all the way back into corner one now.
Yeah, that's half the track.
So we've had 2 lead changes. Virginia did lead after the 3rd and 4th.
Big hit from Zip Block and another hit from Sadie Masochist, but it's going to be a low block.
Yeah, he saw Kate getting ready to call it there, but realized she was still in a power jam for a couple more seconds. Country Jamboree back in. Country Jam, sorry. And Kate's through with a quickness there. That's going to be a high point jam.
Country Jam out as well. Star still in hand.
Initial pass for her. And Kate's through and calls it. She's going to grab, I think it's going to be 14. No, 13? That's a weird number.
Yeah.
And 2 points for Virginia.
Yeah, a little sneak in at the end by Country Jam with the hustle and put 2 points up for Virginia.
Well, 13 is a game high in this pretty low-scoring game, 35-55. 20 points put up here at the very end of this period. And wait 30 seconds. We'll be right back after the refs switch their armbands. Seen any patterns here?
I think Virginia has been doing a really, really great job on the initial pass. I mean, the fact that they've had lead jammer as much as they have had is a real testament to the defense at the start there of every jam. Doing a good job holding back the New York Jammers.
Yeah, 50% there on either side in terms of lead jam. So,
really even.
Virginia really bringing their A game.
The other pattern I'm seeing, though, are power jams.
Well, there's been a couple.
Yeah.
New York's had the better benefit of 3. I think Virginia's only had 1.
Okay.
Not huge numbers of penalties this first half, but enough.
Enough,
The
yeah.
box has barely been clean.
You definitely feel the impact of the missing players on the track.
All right, 3-on-3 in the pack. The Virginia blocker is standing. Libralian's going to start things off for New York.
That's Stonewall up with the star for Team Virginia.
Libralian, I thought she had a lane on the outside, but she didn't think so. And she's through, yeah, she was right. It's almost like she's a jammer and I'm an announcer.
She knows what she's doing, I think. Stonewall up out and eligible to score now too, but Libralian in the pack and picking up points.
Shelvin points right and left, that's 4 points.
So New York feels like they're taking control of the game a little bit
little
more.
momentum.
A little bit more like we might expect based on the seeding.
Well, the last 4 jams, they held Virginia to only 4 points.
It's like number 95, Machete, with the star again. It's interesting to see her jamming in this game because she's been used all weekend so far as a really strong, composition within the defense for Team Virginia. But in this game, jamming up a storm.
Well, she's got the single highest jam for Virginia right now, 9 points. And she's lead now, so.
Yeah, she danced along the inside line there. Picked up lead jammer status. Maven out as well, eligible to score.
Chasing her down. If anybody can catch Machete, it's Maven. Pretty fast moving pack. All the purple up front. So Maven is going to get a chance to score.
Nice bust through the middle for Machete. Completes a 4-point scoring pass.
Box clears out, and we're moving in this pack.
Big hits in the pack.
1 left for Maven to get by, and she does so.
So Machete back into the pack now and trying to pick up another scoring pass. So Machete gets as many points as she can out of that one, calls off the jam.
Yeah, I think she got 3 points on the final pass. So 7-4. Brings us to 42-63 with under 13 left to play in the second half.
1 in the box for Team New York, so a little pack advantage to start this one out for Team Virginia. Kate Sarah with the star for New York, and that looks like Country Jam for Team Virginia.
So much action, I'm not catching these blocker penalties, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, it's moving fast, definitely.
New York in purple.
Country Jam tries to whip around to the outside. Now, like I said, brace 2
Country Jam up front. Hatchet organizing the defense there. Kate Sarah sticks the inside line. She's through for lead jammer.
Country Jam out as well on the initial pass.
I want to give credit to the
Virginia working really hard to keep the points up in the front of the pack.
Hits it and quits it. She picked up 2.
And Virginia jam ref thinking about it, but 2 points go up for Virginia as well.
2 and 2, a push.
I mean, based on how this game is going, I think even if Virginia doesn't win, they're going to feel really good about what they've been able to do against an incredibly talented New York roster.
Being stuck as the number 2 seed in Group A under New York, kind of a bad luck of the draw for Virginia in this tournament, but they're still looking solid to keep climbing the ranks, even if they don't win here. I don't know where Headhuntress thought she was going. Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Libralian with the star for New York and a quick. Oh, is that Libralian? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Quickly jammer status goes to Team New York. Nuck and Futz trying to get out on the initial pass for Team Virginia.
Libralian tried to get lower on the outside, able to do so.
I believe this is the first year with Team Virginia.
Raven Darkhold comes in with a big hit, but doesn't stick the hit. Grand Slam Libralian, natural 5.
Nuck and Futz with a nice sneaky star pass to Miller.
First star pass this game. All right, 4 more points is 9 for Libralian.
That's going to be a total of 8.
8? Nope, 9. There we go.
Should be 9, and it is.
So New York opening up the score a little bit. But I think Virginia's still keeping the pressure on, definitely not letting it run away yet. Stone Wallop, number 5, taking the star for Team Virginia.
Yeah, high quality jammers
And
on
it,
both sides of
I think that's Maven.
the announcement.
yeah, I was gonna say I can't quite see around Pinky Swears there to see who it is. That's Maven, yeah. Ziploc was like leaning back on her. That was
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Out there along with AKT 47.
definitely Ziploc the best antidote to Misty Maven at this point.
That would look like a high block to me. They gave it directional play, but one way or the other.
Yeah, it was a big hit, one way or the other for sure.
Machete's going out, yeah.
Maven kind of stymied by the back tripod of Virginia in this jam. Stone Wallop, lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Yep.
Stone is the lead jammer.
Yeah, if you can catch Maven, you can hold her, but she is hard to catch.
Ziploc definitely doing some good work against Misty Maven.
One in front of Maven, she goes down.
Oh my gosh.
Tries to fall small.
Some
as
gymnastics
goes
happening.
right out. Yeah, totally. Looks like she's a little thrown for a loop, a little equipment issue there.
In the meantime, back in the front of the pack, Stone Wallop on a scoring pass, getting around Pinky Swears. Yep, picking up a grand slam.
Oh, and Villain goes to the box. Misty was looking for her pivot. And
Yeah, it looked like Misty was looking for that star pass. The helmet is off, but Veloce was off to the penalty box. By helmet, I mean star.
Stone Wallop completes the scoring pass with some offensive help from her team.
Huge jam, 15 points for Virginia. Highest scoring jam of the game going to Virginia. And just like that, it's a 15-point game, and we have a contest here.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes left to play, so definitely within reason for Virginia to be back in this.
This would definitely be the biggest upset of the tournament thus far,
Yeah.
possibly the biggest upset possible this tournament.
I see Kate back there with the star for New York.
We
but
got a
official
timeout,
vote.
official,
yeah.
yeah.
Timeout. So yeah, who do we got up next? It looks like continuing with our 1 versus 2, we've got Pennsylvania versus Maryland. So Pennsylvania with the 1 seed in Group B, and Maryland 2 seed in Group B.
Right.
So these next 3 games are the 1 seed versus the 2 seed.
Yeah, stay tuned at 5:15 or thereabouts for Colorado versus Ohio. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Back underway. That looks like Country Jam with the star for Virginia.
And Kate Sarah once more for New York.
Nice defensive work in the back by Team Virginia.
And we got some speed out there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Country Jam.
Wow. Virginia just doing a really, really great job at the jam start.
Kate is out, but Country Jam already working her way through. Ooh, nice big hit by Frankie. Forces her to call.
I don't know if we'll see any points on that one. Just one,
Back
it
block.
looks like.
Back block on Virginia, 606. That's Miller.
Who's going to the box?
And wearing the pivot stripe, no less. So a little pack advantage at the start of this next jam for Team New York.
Libralian on the line for New York.
And that's Nuck and Futz for Team Virginia.
Going to be about 7 minutes left at the whistle here. Slow start. Not for long. Libralian trying to power her way through, and that gives Nuck and Futz the time she needs to get lead jammer. 3 in a row for Virginia.
Yeah, Libralian so fast, really
Yeah.
putting the afterburners on, catching up to Nuck and Futz, and the pack as well, kind of taking off. No one really set up for defense per se. Futz already with 1 point.
Libralian hits it in there. I think she got a couple points, and only 1 for Virginia. So New York snaking away a couple of points.
Twice as many skaters as Nuck and Futz was able to, even though
New York, doing a good job of staying up front there. Virginia had isolated Cristeria in the back to feed that point to their jammer, but otherwise New York was really staying forward.
Yeah, saving the points. So Stone Wallop out to jam again after that last big jam for Team Virginia, and that's Misty Maven for Team New York.
Miller out of the box, rejoining the action.
That Ziploc headed into the box.
Hit!
Oh dear.
That was Speed Junkie or Ray Gun?
I'm not sure. I didn't see.
9 something.
I think, yeah, it must be Speed Junkie because Reagan's not out there in this one.
All right, well, we got a lead jammer, and that's Misty Maven. After a real slobber knocker in the back of that pack.
Yeah. Stone Wallet makes it out on the initial pass as well. Misty Maven, though, into the pack now. 4 points.
Push to the inside. That's going to force her to call it. Got a couple of points on that pass. 3. 3 is not a couple, no matter what I keep telling my girlfriend.
This game has definitely picked up the pace, picked up kind of in emotional, outbursts even a little bit. Definitely feeling a little more frenetic.
Well, 19 points with 5 left to play is certainly doable by Virginia, but they're going to have to hold back Kate Sarah, who's currently on the line against Country Jam.
Country Jam, okay.
1 in the box as Ziploc is standing. It's not Ziploc, that's Speed Junkie. No, it is Ziploc, my bad.
So Kate Sarah getting handled by Raven Darkhold at the moment. Virginia doing a good job on defense on the initial pass, and a huge bump out of bounds there by Ziploc. Kate Sarah having to recycle.
Yeah, there's a reason Ziploc got MVP last game she played.
Definitely a standout blocker. Kate Sarah still in the pack on her initial pass, and Country Jam called it off. I think she didn't realize that Kate was still on the initial pass.
Yeah, Kate looks a little mystified there, but I think New York's going to have to take it. 4 points for Virginia. And only timeout at 4:08 left to play.
4-point Jam narrows the margin to 15 points.
Yeah, this has been quite a game here. Both teams with plenty of ways left to stop the clock with 4 minutes left to play. Could look at 3, maybe 4 more jams.
And I think that where these teams head from here going into tomorrow, it's basically the first seed is going to play the second seed from a different group.
Right.
And so it's really just a matter of if you get matched up against a 1 or a 2.
Those are the quarterfinals for the championship on Sunday.
But of course, the top 2 teams from each of these little round robins going into the winners bracket, and the losers, the 2 losing teams of these 4-team round robins going into a consolation bracket.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Virginia definitely not out of it. Even if they lose this, they're poised to still come on in. I mean, potentially still win. Potentially.
Potentially.
4:08 remaining.
But yeah, it's been a great tournament so far. A lot of big blowouts yesterday, but today, a lot of great close games. So.
Well, yeah, as the seeds get closer. And another slow start here.
Snuck and Futz with the star for Team Virginia.
15 points is clearly not insurmountable with 4 minutes left.
Whoa. Got some dominoes.
Libralian once more. Been seeing a lot of her this second half.
Meets up with Raven Darkhold and River Strong in the front. Libralian really good about moving left and right, trying to fake out the jammers, but Raven Darkhold's got her locked down.
Well, it's a fight just to stay inside there, and she's way out in front. They're not bridging at all. She's she got some real questions about that, and the refs do let her go eventually. That was not much of a bridge there.
Yeah.
Well, Libralian, the lead jammer one way or the other. Plenty of time left to play in this jam. Minute left.
Yeah, Nuck and Fut's having some trouble with the initial pass.
Yeah, that might have been the easiest pass Libralian has had against this.
Libralian just gliding right through. She's already on her second scoring pass. And oh my goodness, she got down low, practically untouched. I don't think she slowed down.
Yeah, I think this is that situation where, you realize you're getting lapped and lapped, and you try to help your jammer get out of the pack, but then your defense falls apart. I mean, this is a familiar scenario.
Yeah, Virginia really maybe over-concentrating on offense as Libralian goes through again untouched. And we have a star pass by Nuck and Futz over to number, 41? That's Lilu. And Libralian's going to call it. 19-point jam? Yes, 19 points. And that's the biggest jam of the game. And not a moment too soon for New York with about 2 minutes left. Puts them just about out of reach.
99 to 66. Good opportunity to say thank you to Chad and the New England Roller Derby Report for bringing the live coverage.
Absolutely. We want to thank Bucksmont Roller Dolls as well for hosting us here today.
River Styx Phoenix with the star for Virginia. Some nice footwork on the outside. She sneaks around. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Her first jam of this half.
Misty Maven out as well on the initial pass. River Styx Phoenix coming in for points.
Cutting on the inside, taking a blocker totally out.
That blocker kind of turned sideways, and Styx took full advantage.
Yep. Misty Maven is through for 5.
Styx makes it all the way around Frankenstein and calls off the jam.
So New York got a 5-point jam in a non-lead situation to Virginia's 4.
Yeah, Misty Maven able to completely lap Styx before that jam got called off.
At the 4:08 mark, we were at a 15-point difference. Now it's 34, thanks to Librolian and
One in the box for New York.
Official review being called by Virginia. Might just be for the timeout. No, he's in there. Who was that? Psycho Juia?
No, that's Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's the regular coach for Charlottesville Derby Dames. Really experienced charter level coach. Definitely knows what he's doing with the OR.
Got it. Wolverine's up there as well. He's, of course, a Shock Exchange skater from New York.
We'll begin with Louisiana versus Kentucky and then Kansas versus Saskatchewan.
I have a question.
Well, stay tuned for Pennsylvania versus Maryland coming up next.
It's a storied matchup.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
Battle of the All-Stars.
Pretty good. How about Team New York?
Giving shout outs here to the audience. Not a lot of support of that audience for New York. Well, you know, it's tough to root for the Empire. It's tough to root for the Yankees sometimes.
So if you're looking at a schedule that still has, blanked out consolation information for the final 2 games of tonight, I can tell you who that's going to be. At 7:15, we have Louisiana playing Kentucky in the first of the 40-minute consolation games, and then in the next 8:35 p.m. game, we've got Kansas taking on Saskatchewan. So
all right.
That's where we start into our consolation bracket, and the games get longer.
Right.
Go to 40 minutes starting at 7:15 tonight.
Yeah, the next bunch of games will be 40 once we get through these round robin games. Clock stalled out at 43 seconds as the official review goes on.
PR, why don't you tell them where you're from, what league you're calling with?
I am here on behalf of Team Louisiana. I came all the way from the south base from Louisiana.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Our biggest battle of the All-Stars ever, with 16 teams participating this year. Want to thank our head tournament announcer, Kent the Politician, for making this all possible from an announcing point of view. And thank you guys for tuning into the stream and watching us here in the first, really the 2018 opening tournament.
Yeah, it kind of opens up the year for us, gets everyone back out onto the track after all the holidays, and brings everyone together.
Absolutely. Gets them together to knock each other down and
sweat all over each other. Probably give each other the flu.
Well, maybe a little bit of that. Weather has been crazy this weekend here in Pennsylvania.
Uh-oh, we may have lost Miller? No, okay, I thought she was skating away like in foul-out mode, but I don't think so.
Yeah, only 4 penalties in this shortened format before you fall out. Still no decision here. Actually, there might have been some adjustment of... Boy, I don't know what's going on. We'll update you if we hear anything. All right, looks like Wolverine and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang getting the lowdown.
All right, so it sounds like Virginia was asking for an out-of-play block.
Out-of-play block will be assessed to a New York blocker.
All right, an autoplay block was assessed to New York, so New York's going to start with 2 in the box. That certainly puts Virginia in a good position as they go into this final jam, likely final jam of the first of the second half.
A well-called official review by Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, that was no timeout. All right, so Kate Sarah going to be taking this jam for New York on the jam line.
And that's Stonewall up number 5 for Team Virginia.
So a tough defense for New York here with only 2 in. Veloce Villain.
Stonewall up just 1 to beat up in the front. She sneaks around the inside line. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia. Kate Sarah picking up a cut.
Oh, a power jam. Yeah, she looks unconvinced. Yeah.
She wasn't sure about that, but got the message eventually. So Stonewall up on a power jam now.
First power jam of the second half.
Stonewall up had a really big scoring jam earlier in the game.
She did, 15 points earlier this half.
So certainly a capable jammer in this power jam scenario.
Maven looking to chase her down, but realized she's not going to catch her in time. Yeah, this could be huge for Virginia.
New York's really got the defense set up there in the front of the pack.
Kate is standing, ready to charge into action.
Kate Sarah released from the penalty box now. Virginia with the tripod set up in the back.
Kate has not yet completed her initial pass, so still time for Virginia.
Nice defensive work in the back by Ziplock, Machete, and Miller.
Period clock is dead.
So as long as Stonewall doesn't call off the jam, should be able to get the full benefit of this 2-minute.
Well, New York has closed ranks up there in front. Stonewall not finding her way through. Nice offensive attack by Ray Gunn. Trying to bust things up for her there. Now Kate's in the same situation behind a braced 3.
Really, really stout defense in the final jam here.
Kate tries to fight it on the outside, but no love.
Ridden out by Miller and dragged back now.
Meanwhile, back at the pack here, New York ferociously holding Stonewall in place. I see Ray Gunn trying to open things up, but time runs out.
What a fight in that last jam.
And a 14-point jam for her.
Wow. Huge
jam. 29 points put up by Stonewall just in the second half. Final score is going to be 84-104 unofficially. Stay tuned. We're going to have some MVPs for you in just a couple of minutes. Scar Trek, thanks so much.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
All right. All right, I'm Mochismo. I'm here with the Libralian playing with the New York All-Stars. That was a hell of a contest, the best game we've seen all weekend. Any random thoughts as you come out of it?
I mean, they definitely put up a good fight. That was a really good, challenging game, whatever. Sure. There were definitely a lot of moments where we just had to take a breath because they came out hard and they came out fast, but they were great opponents and a lot of fun to play.
You had the biggest jam of the game for New York, actually for both teams. You played a lot in the second half. Was there any adaptation for the second half by the bench coaches, do you think?
I don't feel like there was. We did decide to pull one from our rotation just for, to preserve our bodies through the weekend. But I think it was just kind of buckling down because yesterday we only had 9 of our players, or 10. So we had the rest of our team come in. So I think we just, that first half was us just meshing with each other and kind of forming the old and the new back up with each other. So I think we adapted just kind of naturally through the course of the first period.
When I talked to the skaters yesterday, you mentioned that you guys were just beginning to mesh. Team New York has not played together since last year. I know you didn't get an opportunity to have any practices together. How do you think that's affecting your play?
I mean, it would certainly be nice to have been able to practice with each other. But I think at a certain point, this isn't to say that there isn't value in practicing, but you can just adapt to different players' styles because you've either practiced with different players of different styles or played against them. So you can just kind of adapt easily. But I mean, it certainly would have been nice to practice, but I think we come in knowing that we're going to have to adjust and adapt. So with that mindset already in place, we just roll with it.
Kind of playing the fundamentals. Yeah. Your number, 622, is that a Dewey Decimal joke?
Oh, I wish it was. When I originally started, I did have a Dewey Decimal number for a librarian, but I bailed out on it. So this is just a sentimental number back from my sports days. So.
Did you see Star Wars?
I've never seen Star Wars, so I probably lose all of my nerd credit that I get, but.
I just wanted to ask, porgs or no porgs, but if you're not in on it, you haven't seen it, that's all right. MVP, she's for the porgs.
How about Borgs? Star Trek? How about we go Star Trek? I'm down with the Borg.
The Borg, that definitely works. All right, very good. You heard it here first. Borgs over porgs by the Libralian. MVP for the game, congratulations. Hard fought out there. We're going to see New York come back tomorrow. Great time watching. You will have a certificate for you. This is Mochismo signing off. Oh, here it is right here. All right, Mochismo signing off. Thanks so much.
Hey, it's Scar Trek here with the New England Roller Derby Report. I've got Stone Wallop, our MVP from the last game for Team Virginia. Stone, awesome game. You had 2 really big jams. I think the first one in the first half was 15 points, and then the one to close out the game was 14 points. Huge jams against a tough defense. So what goes through your mind in a situation like that?
I was aiming for 35, to tie the game. I was actually joking with Kate Sarasara at the end. I was like, all right, just chill a little bit. Let me go ahead and just take that. And we were having this official review that went on for almost 4 minutes. And I do not know what my coach said to them. But I'm looking at the track, and I'm like, 1 blocker gone? Oh, 2 blockers gone? Awesome. All right, so we're starting this with 2 blockers down from them, and this is the very end of the game. He says, leave nothing on the track, go 100%. I don't know if you guys knew this, but 3 of my blockers had 3 penalties, which 4 is foul out in this game. And so I knew if they were gone forever, which included my pivot. So it was just fight, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to keep that level of intensity for the full 2 minutes. So that means my next goal is to be able to keep that level of intensity for a full 2 minutes at the end of a game.
Well, it was an awesome performance. You have been on Team Virginia since the very beginning, since 2013. So how have you seen the development of the team, the development of this tournament every year? What are your thoughts on being a part of Team Virginia?
Yeah, I was on Team Virginia since we started, and it's a really good team. And what I really like about the states tournaments in general, for Virginia and a lot of other states, is it allows a lot of people who are really good in their own personal leagues to play at the level that they are actually, I won't say happiest with, but it's a level that they don't necessarily get in their home leagues. And that allows the dispersal of Derby knowledge, which sometimes right now is sort of being concentrated in the bigger cities, the cities with a little bit more money, a little bit more resources. It allows those places with more resources to say, here's the strategies we're doing from like the inside. Here are our coaches. Here are our drills. Here are our strategies. Here's what we're doing. Now we're going to go play them at the real level against people that maybe you might not have a chance to play. I mean, I may not have another chance to play Team Colorado, which is who we're playing next. The players from Denver, I may not have another chance to do that. And the people who are playing with me may not have a chance to do that either, you know. And so having this opportunity to play at that level and disperse that knowledge across the Derby world is invaluable. And the fact that we have this, it needs to keep going. It needs to keep going, and the fact that it's still fun. Like, right? Like, we could have been like, okay, only put our very, very best players in all the time, right? And, like, don't allow anyone else to get experience. But, like, we've rotated the 20-person charter. In fact, we're the people who asked, like, hey, you know, you said 20, but, like, how about if we had 2 alternates? 2, up all the way up until the game itself. And they allowed us to do that. And that allows us to say, try this. Try and see what happens. Get this experience, and then take it back to your people and make Derby better across the world.
So cool. I love the resounding endorsement of Battle of the All-Stars. Last question for you, Stoney. You're also an announcer, team announcer representing. So tell me how about announcing kind of enhances your game as a player, and then the other way around, how your game as a player affects your announcing.
How much time do you have? Yeah, as you can tell, I'm very verbose. Yeah, no, learning to announce and learning to take those stats, learning to see that game in a totally different way. Talking to players who do different things. I have a couple of friends, very close friends, who are NSOs and referees. Each time I talk to somebody and each time I get to play a new role, I see the game in a different way. You know, talking to my friend who's a ref, I get to see what the refs see. She's saying, okay, you know, there's a rotation that the refs do. Did you know that on the outside line, right? They do a rotation so that they're not exhausted because they go 4 games at a time. Being an announcer allows me to see what is the general, what is the plot? What is the larger story being told in this game? And actually, the problem is I get there on the bench, I'm just like, wow, what an interesting story. And I'm like, focus. But, like, what are the opposing blockers doing? Like, that's kind of important right now. So it's really helped with that. And I think as an announcer, it allows me to see, why are they doing that? What did that blocker mean to do what they did, or was that a mistake? Did that jammer mean to do what they did? Why are they not calling off the jam? Was that intentional, or did they not hear their bench coach? Or did the bench coach not know what was going on, right? Are there people in the box? Are there extra people on the track? Like, it allows me, again, to make that story have a lot more depth so that the people watching can go more than just, I think they got points, but I'm not sure why, and say more like, they got points because of this. That means that they can do this. That means in the broader story, they're going to start changing the strategy maybe to do this. And again, with that, like, hopefully people watching will then say, that's a thing. Maybe we should start adding that into our games.
Well, Stoney, thank you so much. Congratulations on an awesome performance. Such a good showing against Team New York for Team Virginia. Up next, we have Pennsylvania versus Maryland. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Battle of the All-Stars 2018. I'm Gretchen Little. I'm here with Tom Foolery. Tom, what do we got?
We got a matchup that we see every year here at Pennsylvania. We're here at Hatfield, Pennsylvania. We got Team PA taking on Team Maryland. Team PA every year able to pull out a win. Maryland's looking to shake things up. They're coming off that narrow win by West Virginia earlier.
Yeah, and it